Mallorca is not for sale. This is the message of thousands of protesters who took to the streets of the Spanish island over the weekend. An average apartment in Mallorca now costs €1,500 per month, unaffordable for most islanders, and many blame mass tourism.
It's enough. Everything is about tourism. At the same time, our lives get precarious and we can't find a place to live.
Many here earn €1,300 to €1,400 per month. They still share an apartment at the age of 40.
The number of tourists in Mallorca has been increasing steadily, and more holidaymakers want to rent their own apartment. At the same time, local homeowners and investors are trying to benefit from the trend. The consequences can be seen just a few metres below the party streets of the holiday island. More than 30 people live in this rundown basement. Many work in the tourism industry, but their salaries are too small to afford a normal apartment.
We are all in dire straits here. Of course, we know that this place is not made for human beings.
The residents show us their inhumane living conditions. Widespread mould, cockroaches, and the smell of feces everywhere. Christopher Nathaniel pays €600 per month for this small, windowless room. The student, who has a part-time job as a waiter, tells us that the authorities have known about the problem for years, but they do little about it. Even small children continue to live here.
This constant humidity makes us sick, especially the elderly and the very young ones. For tenants my age, it's less dramatic, but for the small children, this environment is horrible.
The housing crisis is increasingly affecting people from many different backgrounds. Some have even decided to move to campervans on the outskirts of Palma. Alvaro Ortega has been working as a technician for more than 20 years. His income is okay, he says, but still, after the last rent increase, he and his dog had to move into a van.
My life changed from one day to the next. I used to have an apartment with 3 rooms and 2 bathrooms. Now I live in 12 square meters. Of course, everything is completely different now, but you can get used to this lifestyle.
Local journalist Gemma Marchena has been writing about the problem for years. She says it's mainly due to failed policies.
There are property owners that make huge profits from this. I think we should focus more on them. They cannot enrich themselves from the suffering of the others.
Perhaps, the journalist says, those responsible are now slowly waking up. They know too many protests on the holiday islands are not good for business.